But I am here. Hello. So I think tonight I'm probably gonna get to the Tower of the Gods, because I think when I got all the pearls last time, so I have to go to the islands and connect the pearls now. So I think that's all I've got to do as far as that's concerned. But it looks like I haven't even left Outset Island yet. Because I think I saved right after I got to Jaboon. Okay. So let's take a gander at the map here. Okay. I might actually go to Beetle's ship shop first. Just because I need to get some bait, just so I can fill out some of the map coordinates on the way there.
Whoa! Thank you! Thank you!
Okay, 3 servings each. So, I mean, I don't technically have to buy a bunch, but at the same time, it's good to have more than what I need. Also, Beetle was probably the loudest thing in that entire section. Okay. So... well, the wind's kind of in the right direction. I mean, it's not quite, but it's... yeah, you know what? Screw it. Hey, Blaze! Welcome back! I was just talking about how the Cursed Halo stream was a lot of fun. Hey, Cranberry! Good to see you as well. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more relaxing tonight, I think, than last night, because that was just chaotic. Essentially what happened, for those who weren't here last night on the stream, Cursed Halo is a mod for Halo that just makes everything absolutely, horrendous. And one of the things that they added was a Mario Kart circuit, which was kind of bizarre, but it fit. It was actually really fun to play. I don't know how they managed to pull off Mario Kart in the Halo engine, but they did. But yeah, like I was saying earlier on my intro screen, I just listened to that a couple of the new Linkin Park songs that came with the 20th anniversary re-release of Meteora, and the single that they were kind of showcasing the most, Lost. I listened to that in my car, and it was a trip hearing 2003 era Chester Bennington again. Linkin Park was one of those bands that really got me through... oh, Cyclos is over there. But Linkin Park's one of those bands that really got me through middle school, especially. Minutes to Midnight, by far... oh, fuck. Sorry about the ads. Well, at least they're only 30 seconds. Okay, but yeah, Minutes to Midnight, that album, I think it was 2007 that album came out. That is probably one of my all-time favorite albums, bar none. And it's probably my favorite Linkin Park album next to Hybrid Theory. There was just so many good songs on that album. Hey, Trends, welcome to the stream! I'm just reminiscing and talking about Linkin Park. I don't know, it's Linkin Park is, considered, in the memes and everything, it's considered to be they're that edgy band with the crawling song, but, Linkin Park, some of their softer stuff, Leave Out All the Rest, that's a really good one, Shadow of the Day. These things always scared the hell out of me when I was a child. Okay. So do I have to... oh, the island's right there. Because, I mean, they don't look that big when they're from a distance, but when they get close, oof. Yeah, I'm not sure why the ad just started immediately. Like, it should be set to, an hour after I start, but there may be, like, a starting ad. I don't know. Twitch is very, strange with how they space out some of that stuff. Wandering traveler who seeks the guidepost of the goddess. Place the pearl you hold here. I'm preparing for tomorrow, one of my most challenging climbs yet, a remote location you can only reach by 2 ways. Jumping from a plane and parachuting and hoping you don't land in many trees and hiking over a destroyed abandoned mountain railroad. I would imagine you're doing the hiking bit. Because to be honest, like, if I, like, I've had the opportunity to ride in a hot air balloon, but I never took it. But, it's the same thing with, like, doing, like, skydiving. I just don't think I could do it. Just because I'm, like, bad enough with airplanes, I can only imagine what would happen if I tried jumping out of one. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Like, I mean, it's a thrill, and it's like a bucket list thing, but at the same time, that I'm completely fine with that being off of my bucket list. Parachuting is just, it's scary. I mean, it would be a cool thing, because I do own a GoPro, so, like, I could record that, but at the same time, it's like, it's just, not my cup of tea. Well, here you'd be parachuting into a forest. Ooh, eek. Yeah, see, that I couldn't do that, especially because, like, you know, there's the real possibility of getting trapped on a tree branch somewhere. In theory, it could work if you miraculously miss every tree. Yeah, it's either you miss every tree, you hit every single one on the way to the bottom. I mean, it's odd that I'm, like, so terrible with planes and stuff like that, but, like, I absolutely love, like, aircraft and, like, space starfighter type games and Star Wars, Star Fox, that sort of thing. But, I mean, it's kind of like that age-old thing. Like, are you afraid of falling or are you afraid of heights? I'm afraid of falling. Because I've been up in monuments, like, really tall monuments before. Like, I've been up in the St. Louis Arch, I've been on, multiple skyscrapers, was pretty high up in, the Air and Space Museum in DC. Cyclos, why'd you have to spawn literally right there? You freaking tornado summoning. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not getting away from this. It had to be a tornado. Okay. So I'm gonna see if I can just, like, slowly sneak past Cyclos. I'm not sure what the road is like. We're out of winter now, and there's likely been landslides and stuff, so I may have to grapple over obstacles. Very few people go here. It's been abandoned since the early 1900s. Even if you specifically Google it, there's very few images other than very, very old ones from, like, 1905. Well, hey, I mean, if you get pictures of that, then that means you're probably one of the few people who have gotten photos of it since 1905. You stay over there, Cyclos. Now that I think about it, I think the spawning there is intentional. Like, if I remember right, I've tried to actually swim over to the tornado, and I've never been able to. Well, I guess it's technically a water spout, because a tornado over water is considered a water spout. It's only a tornado when it's on land. So that's your little bit of a meteorology trivia there. Plus, it doesn't have like any cloud either. It just kind of starts. But then again, it's literally just a creation of some god. Tornado blocking Eno's path. Yeah, ironic, huh? Yeah, that's a story that I probably won't tell on stream. Let's just say that I've got a bit of a history with tornadoes. Sounds like a normal day in the Midwest. Yep. I mean, I lived in Tornado Alley most of my life. So it's like I'm used to seeing and hearing them. But then again, tornadoes can happen anywhere, really. Like, I saw some footage of, like, there was a road in, I think it was in Saudi Arabia, I saw there was a tornado at one point. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight this way, and then I'm gonna take a path south. Because I think there's, like, a certain radius that I can be around him, and he won't, like, cause me to go into his boss battle. Like, I have to get, like, super close before he actually, like... He's like, oh, well, you foolish mortal. Like, you can't hit me with that boomerang. Because I have to go to the Tower of the Gods first before I can fight him. And also, a little bit of an announcement on stream. I finally got my full body tracking stuff in, so, unfortunately I can't use any of it for the stream unless I, like, work around, because VC Face uses a very specific set of, like, rules, and, the software only, like, lets me use, like, Leap Motion and certain other plugins. But, however, that means that I can use VR chat full body tracking, so, I now am able to get into VR chat with full body. And my model is full body compatible in VR chat, so, like, I am planning, like, a little birthday bash thing, in the next 2 months when my birthday hits, so I'm gonna try to show it off then. Second best theme. Hey! There's my little brother. Gotta get Dragon Roost. Well, I'm already well past Dragon Roost. Younger sibling. Yes, we can cry that we aren't gonna be going back to Dragon Roost anytime soon. It's okay, though, there's plenty of great themes to hear in the meantime. But now you'll just be listening to my commentary and the ambient sounds of the ocean. Go back now. You sound like the Combine from Half-Life 2. Go back right now. Need I remind you that I'm the older sibling? I don't know, that makes me think, because, you know, I'm a spirit, so would that make you just another spirit if you're my little brother? Static voice, go back now. I don't know, like, I don't think we ever, like, found a specific, like, spirit, like, for you. I mean, unless you count that Colgate cat avatar that we found. I was black and red. Oh, okay. I seem to remember something about this cutscene, but it's been so many years since I played this. Screw the Koroks. Well, screw the Koroks and Tingle, that overcharging, scamming piece of... So, I'm just thinking, that explosion that flew Link's that far, like, that, the flowers are completely unaffected, but Link just goes flying at, like, almost terminal velocity. The Bermuda Triangle. Weirdly enough, we just finished a game with a giant white-colored pillar coming out of the sea, or the clouds, rather. It's like, we can't get away from this. It's like, oh, we just left Soltis, and now we're going to the Tower of the Gods. Which is very similar looking. This tower, which the Pearls of the Gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of the ancient world prepared so that they might test the courage of men. Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil. Ino, that which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced, and you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods. Yeah, too bad my sail and my wind speed is in the complete wrong direction. I mean, I can just keep doing this until I slowly but surely inch my way in there. Link, no, don't go. I think it always is here. Well, I think it might have just been like, because remember that I got launched here, so Link's, whatever direction I was facing, and I didn't initially, would have been where the wind was going. So, I don't really remember too much about this dungeon, if I'm completely honest. I just remember that this is where you get the bow and arrow. I guess we'll just do this. That does kind of beg the question, like, what was the purpose of this place before it came up from the sea? Like, clearly they, like, if they intended to build this as something to test, like, the hero, like, later on, then how did they have time to build this before Hyrule flooded? Like, plot holes. Unless this was like a building that was used as like a form of worship or something beforehand. That bass is loud. Yeah, that's almost like obnoxiously loud. Yeah, so so Chad is aware, I have like some really obnoxious neighbors that live outside. And, like, you may not have heard it just now, but, like, their bass is, like, super loud. Like, they bring their car over to the parking lot and just blast their bass, like, and destroy their eardrums. Okay. So I forgot how to actually kill these things. Maybe I do need the bow and arrow to kill them. Sorry, that's my base. Because you're all about that base, no trouble. And it's a freaking compass. Of course it's a compass. Yes, yes. I went through all of that just for a compass. Nice one, Link. I know I'm not supposed to place this here, but I just, you know... There. I'm so mad. Stupid freaking compass. So context, when I played Ocarina of Time, like, I was like, super excited, like, oh, well maybe this is a small key, or maybe this is an item, and then, 9 times out of 10, I'd get the freaking compass.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, sure, I'd like to navigate with a compass, but I mean, most smartphones nowadays have a compass. Link, get with the 21st century, yo. Okay, so what is this? Gonna be another compass? Or dungeon map? No, it's even worse. It's a joy pendant. Gosh dang it. Proceeds to Google speedrunning strat. Well, if you're looking for speedrunning, then you're not going to find it here. Link is a boomer, confirmed. Anytime I hear the word boomer, I just think of the Left 4 Dead enemy. Like, I just hear, like, I instinctively hear, like, the call-outs from Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. We got a boomer! There's a boomer around here. I need to somehow get that into Final Fantasy XIV. What, a boomer? Oh, that voice line, yeah. Final Fantasy XIV. I already have the TF2 laugh. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV, like, great, like, it's a great game, and, like, I know it's got a really good community, like, a lot of people are nice from what I've seen, but it's just hard for me to get into an MMO. Like, it's just always been, like, really hard for me to actually get into one and stick with it. Because RuneScape is really the only MMO that I've ever, like, played and stuck with. I think Final Fantasy XIV might have been the only other MMO that I actually played, like, more than just a few days of. And it's a freaking dungeon map. It's almost like you've got a psychic sense for these things. Wait, I could literally just do this. Dang it. They were all, like, lined up for me to kill, and I failed miserably. Here, I'm just gonna make sure that he stays in the water. This one Choo-Choo has been the bane of my existence this entire freaking room. Come on. There we go. Jeez. Any name suggestions for the Choo-Choo that nearly caused Link's demise in this one room? And no, I'm not going to call it Thomas the Tank Engine, just because his name is a Choo-Choo, because a Choo-Choo train. Choo-Choo Ka-Choo. Link, come on. Believe it or not, I've never played Wind Waker. Yeah, well, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Like, I know the art style was really it was a major turnoff for some people when this game first came out, which I understand. Because, like, whenever they were first, like, tech demoing it, there was a lot of, like, they were, like, using Ocarina of Time's art style for the tech demo. Okay, so... I'm sure there's probably like a 99% chance that whatever is behind that wall is something I don't need, but I'm going to try to get it anyway because I've spent so much time in this room already that it's worth the effort. So Link, listen, my friend. We're gonna work together here, okay? You and I, we're gonna do this. You're gonna throw that bomb, and you're gonna win, just like you did just now. It's Choo-Choo Ka-Choo. Okay, so that's its name, Choo-Choo Ka-Choo. Yeah, there's literally just pots in here. I feel cheated, and I didn't even... Like, I'm playing this game for free. It's like I didn't even, like, expend any effort. Well, I mean, I sort of did in doing that, but at the same time, I want my money back. I mean, I haven't bought a copy of Wind Waker, like, well, I haven't, like, gotten a copy of Wind Waker, like, buying a copy since, like, 2003, so... I don't know, like, a lot of these games that I own, like, I don't remember the time frame in when I actually got them. Because, like, especially, like, when it comes to GameCube titles, like, a lot of those, like, were Christmas presents, birthday presents, things like that, where I don't actually remember the time frame and when I actually got them. Skies of Arcadia is really one of the only ones that I remember, just because, like, I remember getting that game shortly after it came out because my family had already played the Dreamcast version of it. Okay, it looks like I need one of those statue things. Or maybe I just have to push the box. That's my stubbornness, not looking at walkthroughs for these things. Okay, so I literally just had to do that. Hey, there we go. I'm gonna wait for the thing to reset, because I don't want to, like, go right across the bridge and then just drop this thing. Because I think it resets anyway, but at the same time, I don't want to have to go through that again. Yeah, but, like, a lot of these dungeons and stuff, like, from these games that I've been playing recently, where, like, Star Fox Adventures, Skies of Arcadia, this game, like, a lot of the ones I've been playing recently, a lot of these dungeons felt longer when I was younger, and they're pretty significantly short in comparison to what I remembered them as. But I guess that shows you that with childhood memory, like, comparing that to an adult memory, like, I guess, like, because of the scale of it, like, back then when this game was brand new, like, the scale of it was unheard of, so I hadn't seen stuff like Fallout 3 or Oblivion, Skyrim, so on. So, like, I never really knew, like, what how massive a game could be, or, like, a dungeon could be. So I think that's part of why, these things felt a lot bigger than they actually are. Let's see. So I know it opened up that thing over there, but let's see what's over here first. Because I don't think these things actually turn into enemies until after I get the bow and arrow. Wait, I literally didn't even have to do that? What? Okay. Nope. It was worth a shot, but... overshot my jump just a little bit. Let me see. I think all I've got to do is just push this forward and then to the right a little bit. Yeah, I really wish that... well, I really wish I wouldn't do that, but I really wish that Nintendo would put Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD onto the Switch. Just because I never actually had a Wii U, so like a lot of the exclusive games in the Wii U I never got to try, and now that the Wii U eShop is closed and they're really like putting a lot of focus on the Switch now, like it's just sad that those games are kind of locked to that console generation, or that console specifically, because I really would have liked to have played Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. Hey, now we're cooking with grease. I've got a small key. Instead of a compass. Or a dungeon map. Which, well, the dungeon map is actually useful. That freaking compass, yes, I get that it helps me find treasures. But at the same time, it just brings back bad memories of me playing Ocarina of Time and finding nothing but compasses. Or no, it wasn't Ocarina of Time, it was Majora's Mask. Even worse, because of the time feature in Majora's Mask. The Wii U is such a failure. I think that it wasn't necessarily a failure, I think it was just a misunderstood and like it was marketed very poorly. So whenever they first announced the Wii U, like I remember talking to my other brother about it, because they showcased the controller, but they didn't actually show the console. Like, they didn't, in any of the marketing materials, say, like, oh, this is a new console. Like, they didn't really specify, like, the Wii U was a new generation console. Like, they just kind of played it off as if it was, like, a new controller for the Wii, essentially. And that's what caused a lot of issues, like, early on, is that people were wondering, like, is Nintendo just making a new controller for the Wii that came out in 2006, or are they making a new console? And it wasn't until later that I figured out, like, oh, the Wii U is actually its own thing. So I think it wasn't necessarily a failure, I think it was just, one, Nintendo's always notorious for having underpowered, like, consoles, and also the fact that they don't market their stuff very well sometimes. Like, the Switch was probably their biggest success in a long time. Okay, so that's the room with that. Oh yeah, I've got that small key. Literally right as I enter the room, water. Yeah, I thought it was a controller too. And I think that was the problem, is that, like, there was just... And that's something that Nintendo's always kind of had an issue with, is, like, their control system. Like, they focus a lot of their game stuff. Like, the Wii U and the DS, for example. Like, a lot of the games that came out for the Wii U and DS, like, they put a lot of focus on, like, the control aspect, the hardware, instead of actually, like, focusing on making something really great. Because, like, Star Fox Command, for example, failed miserably because it was it was the DS controls, and they wanted to... And that was why Star Fox has really been a victim of the innovation part of Nintendo's consoles, because they put so much focus on making the experience recognizable with its, like, with the console and the game. Because, like, I get, like, making hardware and software together, but at the same time, it's like, just give us a Star Fox game, or give us a Zelda game that doesn't have any gimmicks or anything, you know? I mean, given the opportunity, I'd love to have a Wii U just so I can play those exclusive games that I really missed out on. Like, I never got to play Smash 4 because of the fact that it was also a Wii U exclusive. Because the newest Nintendo console that I owned up at that point when the Wii U came out was the Nintendo GameCube. I mean, technically, my family had a Wii, but we didn't really play it all that much. Look at how quickly they gave up the motion controls on Switch. Or even look at the Xbox Kinect. Like, they pushed the Kinect, like, that was another, like, marketing disaster. Because the Kinect, very cool technology, and it actually has a lot of utility in motion capture that people have used for even VR chat as a means of doing pseudo, like, full-body tracking. But the problem is that the Kinect was very poorly advertised, and there was a lot of, like, vaporware that was coming out for it, like Project Milo. Peter Molyneux of Lionhead Studios, he tried to pitch this whole, like, sentient AI thing with Kinect, and it was a tech demo that wasn't even real, from my understanding, and it never surfaced. And then the Kinect, I remember the press conference where they called it Project Natal, and they're like, you ever wondered what the bottom of an Avatar's shoe looked like? And then he just contorts everywhere, and then he's like broken, like, all of his both of his arms and legs, and then he's like, well, bam, there it is. Kinect Star Wars was fun. I'm looking like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm loving Cloud City, my head's in the sky. I'm Solo, I'm Han Solo, I'm Han Solo, Solo. However, it was very broken. I used a lightsaber hilt for controller. That's probably the only way you could play the thing. Because that's the same thing with my Leap Motion trackers. Why did I do that? That's the same thing with my Leap Motion trackers, is they're essentially the same technology as a Kinect. Like I think it's LiDAR? I don't know what the technology is called. Yeah, you're not going to get away. But it's the same concept, like it maps out my hands, and that's how I get, like, full motion tracking for my hands. Essentially creates a skeleton. Drop that. Boom. I think the only Kinect game that I really played much of was, like, that Kinect Adventures one. Because there wasn't really too many Kinect games that I really remember. Well, okay, well, technically Just Dance was another one. The Tower of the Gods, there was a bunch of content, extra content in here with the Tingle Turner connected, nothing actually useful or impactful, but goofy like Tingle is. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, Specs. And just because you mentioned that, I'm gonna pull out the ever-useful Tingle Turner. Yeah, I wonder, like, if there's actually a way that I could use this. But I'd like to have to, like, trick it into thinking that there's a Game Boy connected or something, but I don't know. That's beyond my skill set. Where was I? But yeah, there was Just Dance was probably the only Kinect game that I really. Does Dolphin have a GBA connected setting? Possibly. I know there's a way that you can trick it into thinking that it has certain like peripherals connected, but I'd have to look into it. Because like it can pretend that you have like the Wii nunchuck connected. Because that's how I played Dead Space Extraction. Was by tricking it into thinking that I had the Wii nunchuck. Yeah, now that I think about it, the Xbox One also, like, they originally were pushing the Kinect with it, like, it came bundled with some of the early Xbox One units, but after a while, they just, you know, were like, you know, this is kind of like a, you know, nobody's using it, you know, why are we wasting our time with it? But then, like, you know, people figured out that it was really useful for like pseudo full body tracking in VR chat, like it was good for LiDAR stuff and or whatever the terminology for it is. I think it was cool technology, just a little bit too ahead of its time, I think, and marketed not in the best way. Oh, this is actually one of my favorite Wind Waker songs, air quotes. Seeker of the Goddess's guidepost, press R to call me and guide me to my place of truth.
Come on!
Well, I guess I'm not learning it just yet, but it's one of my favorite songs. The song where I can, like, control, like, NPCs or whatever. So, you coming there, lad?
Come on!
Alright. I'm gonna toss you into the abyss. I actually did not mean to do that. I was gonna throw him as a joke, like I was gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna toss you into the abyss, and I actually ended up doing it. Why me? Sure, oh no, like legitimately, I was not intending to do that. Oh. Mission failed, employment terminated. Or mission failed, employment terminated. I was thinking of like Captain Price mixed with Half-Life there. Okay, so... Oh yeah, don't I just, like, do I toss him up here? No. I'm gonna try tossing. I'm gonna toss him into the abyss one more time.
Yep.
Oh no, I just. Okay, I guess I don't throw him. That's a zero brain cells used moment. And welcome to the stream, Dio. Always good to have ya. I think the only thing that I'm really not looking forward to in this game is the Triforce chart quest because of how many rupees I have to get and how many of these rupees I have to spend on Tingle. Which, I mean, Tingle's like, I don't, like, don't get me wrong, I like Tingle, but at the same time, it's like, geez, man, you need that much money to translate these charts? Eh, well, I guess a guy's gotta eat. Here we go! The command melody. Tingle's life force is tied to rupees. So he just, like, needs to consistently get a supply of rupees, like... it's the sustenance. Or if we're going, like, to CDI Zelda, it's like, as long as you have enough rubies with a B. Sorry, Link, I don't give credit. Come back when you're a little richer. Yes, there was a fan remake of those not too long ago, but they were like cease and desisted by Nintendo. Like they actually, well, I don't think it was so much a remake, more of like a remaster, where like they fixed everything up, made it actually playable. That's the wrong door. You know, because the doors are glowing and all, and that tells me which door I have to go to. Alright, bringing out the grappling hook for Cranberry. Yeah, I forgot how to kill these things, so I think I can only kill them with the bow and arrow. Oh no, I can hit them. What? I guess maybe my aim was just terrible earlier. Alright, let me see if I can coax him over here. Hey, I still got him. I still got him. And I lost that ore. Oh, man. I got him, but I lost the treasure. I think I just used the command melody in this room. Yeah, so there's actually a VR chat map of Wind Waker where you can actually, like, play the Wind Waker melodies and they work. To some degree, like, of course you're not going to be able to control other players, but I found it really cool. Wait, is there a grappling hook thing in this room? Yep. I have eyes, but I don't use them.
Come on!
But does it have Dragon Roost? Yes! So that Wind Waker map, there's two separate ones. There's one on Outset Island that has the Wind Waker that you can use, and then the other map is the entire Great Sea. Like, so it has Dragon Roost, the interior of Dragon Roost, the Oasis, the Tower of the Gods, and I think it even has Hyrule Castle. So, like, there's a lot of stuff you can do on that map. I mean, it's a big download because it's literally the entirety of Wind Waker, and I just left that poor soul back in that room.
Yep.
Link, why? I'm so great at video games. But I mean, if I was like completely can somebody clip that, please? I mean, if I was great at video games and like I just completed everything like with no trouble whatsoever, then I would be boring. But the fact that I struggle with these simple puzzles shows that I've got a little bit of work to do. Okay, so... Oh, okay. I'm actually doing this in reverse. So he actually needs to go while I stand on the... You didn't see that, chat. You didn't see that? What do you mean? What silence? I've been talking the whole time. You know what? Just because of that, you're going into the abyss. What is that? What does that count as me going into the abyss? But yes, you didn't see anything. Nothing happened. There was nothing that transpired. Okay, drop that. Stand on the pad. The sad part is, this is actually one of the easier dungeons in the game, and I'm making it so complicated because of my incompetence. Wait, can I actually make him fall off the... Okay. I don't want to actually test that theory, so I'm just gonna keep going forward. Oh my gosh! I nearly did it again! I swear I'm actually trying. Like, I am legitimately trying. I am not doing this just for laughs. Okay, so now we're in this room. Okay. Oh, that's the mini-boss room. Yeah, Wind Waker was actually probably one of my favorite Zeldas for the longest time, because when I moved away from, because I lived with my grandparents for a pretty significant portion of my childhood, so when I moved away from my grandparents, my aunt and my other aunt and my uncle kept the N64 and so on, so a lot of the games I didn't actually get to play for the longest time, so like, I kept all the me and my other brother kept all the GameCube titles, but none of the N64 stuff. So I only got to play Wind Waker as my only Zelda title for the longest time until I played Twilight Princess, and so this was the one I played probably the most. Which makes it even more embarrassing that I suck at it. Well, at least I'm actually utilizing the shield. I'm gonna kill you with your own sword. Or maybe not. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Now I can take his Knight's Crest from him. And any rupees that he might be carrying. The photos of his family. His wallet. Okay, now I can actually grab it. Nope, he didn't drop his sword. What the heck? Quality content with Eno. Yeah, this is why you come to the stream. Me failing at video games. But I've got one of these. I hope that wasn't sarcasm there, Blaze. I mean, I could just, like, whenever this becomes, like, a full series, I'll just, like, name the playlist. Like, you can clip this if you want for proof and to remind me later. I will name the playlist on the YouTube VOD channel, Eno Sucks at Wind Waker or something of that variety, just so everyone remembers that I am terrible at video games. Because I try to look cool and then I fail miserably. But I got the bow and arrow, and that's what counts, right? I've actually really wanted to always shoot a real bow and arrow. Like, I've never really gotten the opportunity. Sure, like, I've played around with, like plastic bow and arrows before, but I've never actually shot, like, a real arrow before. You know what? I'll handle these guys just in case. Quality aim. Quality aim. My only hope is if this guy falls into the abyss because of my own doing, that he doesn't, like, he doesn't spawn in the other room again and he stays there, but knowing my luck, he probably will. But I'm actually legitimately going to try. I'm not going to screw around enough. I'm legitimately going to try. And since I've killed all those enemies, it shouldn't be too hard. See? Piece of cake. Now go join your brethren, Statue Man. Okay, we got one more. I don't know, that scale in that room, because, like, the thing that I have to do in that room is I have to, like, balance a weight scale. But I don't know, like, that just reminds me, strangely enough, of not, anything, like, really, like, anything important, but I just remembered this, like, this educational game that I played back in elementary school called Treasure Math Storm. It came out, like, 91, 92 or something like that. It was it was an adventure game essentially, but you caught like elves and stuff in order to and solve math problems to like find treasure at the top of a mountain. And one of the things that you had to do in that game was to learn how weight and scaling worked. Strangely, that reminded me of that of all things. I don't know, like even then, like I just have like a special fondness for like edutainment games, if you will. Because technically, if you think about it, Oregon Trail is edutainment.
Yep.
Yo. Those Border Run games were my shot. Yeah, like, there was a ton of them, like old DOS, old Mac games, when I was younger, let me think, I'm trying to think of, like, the names. There was Jumpstart, K through, 5th grade, I think. What else? There was actually a series of different games that were part of the same publisher, like the same kind of series, but different subjects. So there was like Sammy's Science House, Bailey's Book House, Millie's Math House. And I fell! Ugh. I'm reminiscing about edutainment games while not focusing on the one that I'm actually playing. Because I'm supposed to jump on the thing there. But, yeah, like, there was, there were those ones, Treasure Math Storm, A to Zap was another one. Mavis Beacon teaches typing, if you even count that. Because there were, like, mini-games you could play, which is probably why I got my beastly, like, words per minute from, was playing those games over and over when I was a child. But what's sad, but also a good thing is that a lot of it's abandonware now, so you can get it from My Abandonware for absolutely free. It's just a matter of actually getting it to work on Windows 10. But some of them actually emulate in the browser too, so if I wanted to play one of those, it'd be fairly easy for me to do so. But, I mean, heck, for my birthday, maybe, I'll even do like a Treasure Mathstorm stream, and I'll show you just how bad my math education was. Because we've already established that Eno can't read, so, I mean, just look, think about how bad my math skills are. Treasure Mountain, Treasure Mathstorm, Treasure Cove, Treasure Galaxy, I had the whole set growing up. Yeah, Treasure Mathstorm, because there was actually a couple different versions that they made of that one. There was the original, like, 1990 version, I think. And then there was, like, a sort of, like, pseudo, like, remake of it and better graphics. Like, I mean, that one came out, like, 94, I think. But Treasure Math, like, I mean, it's the same game, it's just they improved the visuals a little bit. I'll have to be back in a bit. Alright. Am I gonna make the jump? Nope. Yeah, I think there was also there was this I remember in kindergarten there was this I can't remember the name of the character. He was fairly, like, I want to say he was a little bit more well known. In fact, I mean, I don't remember, like he was like this character, like it was like a worm and an apple. Like there was a like this whole educational series with this character, but I don't remember exactly what he was called. And that Keese just annihilated me, so, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to hit it with this. I don't know why I thought that would work. Okay, let's try this again. Well, actually, let me... Lowly Worm and Busy World of Richard Scarry. The name sounds familiar, but I'd have to... Oh, yeah, let me actually look that up. For some reason, I was thinking that you were talking about another title. Lowly Worm and the Busy World. Yeah, Lowly Worm, that's what it was! Because I remember we had a lot of, like, old, like, first generation iMacs in the computer lab. And that was what, like, there was a game that was on one of the computers that I remember playing very fondly back when I was in kindergarten. I mean, that's also, like, when I was in elementary school, that's also how I got exposed to things like Eyewitness, like the documentary series. I think it was a BBC documentary series, maybe, or something like that. But Eyewitness was a really good one that I remember watching. Like, you know, like, a lot of people probably, like, don't have too many fond memories of school, but, I mean, that's probably, like, thinking back on, like, those educational tapes and stuff that I watched, I really did enjoy those. Just because, I remember that, like, whenever they rolled in, like, the TV with the VHS or whatever, that was the day that we didn't have to do assignments or classwork. It was the day that we got to sit back, relax, and watch a movie, essentially.
Yep.
Oh, these guys scared the hell out of me when I was little. Do I have to do the thing first? Oh, right here. Yep, I already got the big key, so there we go. Only took me an hour. I'm sorry, Ganondorf, that's a very big design flaw of your minions to literally open their mouths for me to throw a bomb at them. But then again, these may not even be Ganondorf's minions. They could be just, like, the gods or whatever, because, you know... I don't know, like, trying to specify specific Zelda things makes my brain hurt. Let's see. But yeah, if there's any particular interest in that chat, like, I would 100% do some edutainment stuff. Just to see that my reading comprehension is probably about a 1st grade level at this point, and that my math skills are probably still 4th grade level. But it also kind of draws back some fond memories of trying to play like Flash games and stuff on computers, because at school, like, of course, they would have all these filters and stuff on the web browsers and so on, so, like, you couldn't access websites that had videos on them, you couldn't go to websites that had games or, like, any certain content on them, which, to be fair, it's reasonable for them to do that. But I remember, like, any sort of educational site that had, like, videos on it was blocked. So it kind of, like, made it hard to do some research on projects. That being said, though, I just remember, like, in middle school, like, one of the big things that I used to do was to look through, like, Google search results until I found, like, some obscure Weebly page where somebody had posted a Flash game that I could actually play that wasn't blocked by the school's web filter. Which, there is still a method to play Flash games, still. There's a project called Flashpoint that lets you play Flash games through this archive. Can I actually get him from here? No. Is there something missing? Consider music. A+ observational skills on my part. Come on, Link, get on top of that thing. Huh. This is the part of the stream where Eno struggles. Can I float? No. Cause see, I'm wondering, cause like this crate is here, so like it's the. I always use the Tinkle Float to get over there. Oh, you can do that? That's actually cool. That kind of like makes you skip an entire section. Maybe there's like maybe there's something like more simple here. What if I like drop a bomb right there? Oh wait. I'm actually I know what I'm doing wrong. So I actually have to take one of these things from out here and bring it in there. You get 5 seconds of hover boots. Yeah, see that? Like, that would be really cool to try. Like, what about like a paraglider? Well, I do have the Deku. Well, maybe I could use the Deku Leaf. If I can't get through one of these guys, then I'll probably do that. Because a lot of this is just from my memory. Like, I'm not actually consulting any walkthroughs unless I get, like, legitimately, like, fully stuck. But, like, I am trying to use my minimal brain power. I mean, I may be a spirit, but I am definitely not all-knowing. I still have the brain capacity of a goldfish sometimes. Yep, there's no way that's getting up there. Yeah, so I think it's the Deku Leaf, most likely. That's probably why that crate's in the center of the room. Yep. Good thinking there, Specs. I probably would have spent another 20 minutes trying to figure that out. Okay, so now I use the command melody. I haven't played this in 84 years. Yeah, pretty much the same with me. Like, the last time I played this fully was probably, like, 2009, maybe? Like, it was the last time that... Because, I fondly remember playing this game on my living room TV when my parents were on vacation. Because for the most part, they use the TV all the time, like the big TV in the living room, so I never got the opportunity to play, like, any games on it, like, on the big resolution TV. But that was probably the last time I played this game legitimately, was in, like, 2009 or something, when my parents went on a cruise. Okay, so gotta do the weight scale thing again. See, who said video games don't teach you valuable math skills? I'm learning about weight distribution. And Beck, you could have just used your... used my what, Dio? My what? Your next words will be, okay then, Joseph Joestar. Ha, I got you. The knowledge in you knowing is gratifying enough. Well, that's fair. Completely fair. Because I know fully what you're thinking, and I'm choosing not to acknowledge it. But to be honest with you, though, I'm not even wearing that outfit. I'm wearing, a denim... I'm wearing a denim jacket. I actually have not owned a denim jacket since 1999. That was probably the last time I actually had a denim jacket. I'd like to get one for, like, my travel patches, because one of the things that I do when I go to different places is I like to get patches from that place, just because I want to make a travel jacket. But I always tell myself I'm gonna go buy, like, a denim jacket, but I just never do, because, like, they're really expensive. Like, Levi jackets are like $70 to $80. You don't need to be wearing that to... But yeah, I guess you're right, it exists without, like... It doesn't matter what clothes I'm wearing, it already exists. I have an old one that I have a lot of patches on it. Yeah, because, see, I'd love to get Leon's jacket, but that thing is literally like $1,500. Technically, you can get the older, like, design, and you can get... Oh, hey, Wiz! Thanks for the raid! I hope your Steam Deck thing went great. I checked it out a little bit earlier, but I was actually hoping that I'd get the chance to raid you. But yeah, thank you for the raid, Wiz, and everyone who came from Wiz's stream. Hi, it's Ito. We are totally not having an awkward conversation about my clothing. I found something for 200 edition. It's pretty good. It has measurements. Yeah, like I said, I'd really like to get Leon Kennedy's jacket, because I just love the design of it. But you can only like I could only really afford one of the older ones from like the '80s, so like a vintage one, basically. But I'd like to get a Levi jacket too. Just like there's like I like clothes, I guess. I like finding things that are close. I think mine is a Levi. Yeah, like, even if it's just an off-brand thing, like, Levi is just, like, the name brand that everyone thinks of when it comes to, like, denim jackets and stuff. The Steam Deck went well, but still time for it to go wrong. Well, it's time for some experimentation! Let's see, the vintage one is what he wears. It's the B3 bomber. Yeah, though what I mean is like you can get like the same model of jacket, but literally vintage from like the 80s. Because it's the same jacket, it's just like a brand new version of it, basically, like one that was recently produced. Which, speaking of, I confirmed with my model maker, and I have 4 clothing options coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Probably won't be for until maybe mid-May when you see that, but my model maker is making new clothes for me, so more clothes. Because I'm probably gonna, like, every other paycheck, I'm probably like, hey, can you make more clothes for my model, please? Oh, you're talking about the quality of the leather, you mean? Pretty easy on those. They're very hard to come by new. Yeah, that's probably why it's $1,500 to get Leon's jacket. Which, I mean, I like Leon's old design, too. Like, his old jacket's pretty cool, but I like the newer one just because it has a little bit more, like a floof on it, so to speak. It just feels like it would be a lot warmer. Because the area that I live in, we get a lot of unpredictable weather. Like, some days it's gonna be like 30 degrees, and then the other it'll be like 90. Because, like, one year we actually had snow in May, which was unbelievable, and I don't know how that happened. Of course you want floof. Well, I literally am floof. Like, well, technically I don't even need a jacket, because I can warm myself, but it would look cool. I mean, you know, technically I don't need any clothing right now because, you know, but, because I'm a spirit, but, you know, I like the options. Like, this denim jacket, like, I'd really love to own one, like this one that I'm wearing right now. I wanted the older jacket because I'm skinny and fit my form. Yeah, it's also like, it's also shorter, too. Floof? Yes, all the floof. I am very floofy. I mean, you can see the floof on my head and my cheeks. I know you are very fluffy. Yeah, too bad you can't see my tail on screen, because I have a very fluffy tail. Nintendo and your hand eyeball bosses. Oh, I should also probably equip the bombs, now that I think about it. Andross. Well, Andross, Bongo Bongo, that enemy from Shifting Sandland in Super Mario 64. I mean, there's probably tons more that I can't remember immediately off the top of my head. That boss from Mario Odyssey. There's so many hand bosses that it's like a Nintendo trope at this point. Probably should move the camera while I move. Bombs away! Yoshikage Kira runs Nintendo confirmed. No! No! Why did you have to put that thought into my head? Now I can't unsee that. Well, I mean, they're certainly not seeing anything because I just took out their eye, but at the same time... So, boss, can you give me some arrows, please? Bombs away! Yeah! It is a trope, for sure. Oh, chosen one. What will now come to pass is tied to your fate, to the path that you've chosen. I, like, always do these really strange accents for, like, different characters. Like, I always default to, like, that accent that I just did. I mean, I could try, like, I guess doing a Midwestern accent would just come naturally if I tried. Because, like, I unironically say howdy and y'all at work sometimes. I'm still... Little brother, that is an inside joke. Strangely enough, though, that reminds me of that. Like, I always get reminded of the weirdest things when I'm streaming. Like, I said inside joke, and then I just remembered that commercial of the most interesting man in the world. It's like, he has inside jokes with complete strangers. He is the most interesting man in the world. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. All y'all. Yeah, I say all y'all. Howdy. Roof instead of roof. Ope is probably the biggest Midwestern thing. Like, instead of saying oh, it's ope. It's like, oh, sorry. Yaldav. Link spins as soon as he teleports. He's gotta be hella dizzy. Yeah, like, his equilibrium must be all over the place. Like, his inner ear must be, like, screaming in agony. Wermpst. See, I've not said Wermpst before. Ope is probably the biggest one. That's my biggest sin. I thought calling rough and roof was naturally interchangeable. Never thought of that as Southern talk. I can't even read. Why do you think he keeps jumping into the abyss? Well, see, I never really thought of that way either until somebody actually pointed that out who lived, like, further north. Like, somebody from, like, Pennsylvania pointed that out to me, that I say rough instead of roof. Another big one is Warsh. I've said this before on stream, I think. Warsh is another one. So, like, I'm gonna go wash my clothes. Like, have you ever heard of the first president, George Washington? Washington State. His trial will begin as soon as Phoenix Wright arrives. Yeah, so this part blew me away when I was a kid, because, like, I mean, I was aware of the story of Majora's Mask, but, like, you know, this was before, like, the Zelda timeline kind of, like, went all bananas. But, like, this blew me away, because it's, like, at the beginning, I saw the opening so many times, and knew that Hyrule was, like, gone, so to speak. But then this happened, and I'm like, what? This child is drowning. Or the child is drowning. It's the same logic as when I was playing Skies of Arcadia and we were on the moon, or the Jimmy Neutron movie when they literally like make fun of cartoon logic, like, hey Carl, like, hey Jimmy, how are we breathing in space? You're probably wondering where we are, aren't you? Unfortunately, there's not enough time for me to explain it to you. We literally have all the time in the world. Oh, well, thank you for the follow, younger brother. I'm a little disappointed that you hadn't followed me before, but that's okay. I'm not hurt. I thought I had done that forever ago. Sure. No, I'm just yanking your chain. Is it now? Also, I should probably save, because I have not saved since I started the stream. I actually added that as one of the bit redemptions to tell me to save and also to pick my loadout, because I am very forgetful. Yes, but thank you for the follow, little brother. Who is also a published author, by the way, if you are curious. You're very more than welcome to post the link to your book in the chat if you so wish to. A book that I helped, well, give him ideas for. See, there you go, Wiz. And just because you redeemed it, I will save my game again. Oh yes, something to spam. I think I put it like maybe something ridiculous, like 20 redemptions per stream. Like it's either 5 or 20, I don't remember exactly how many. But I still am in debt to Specs1Million in the chat for that hot sauce bit. I am planning on getting some more. Like I still have that bottle that I used last time, but I really want to get some more, like, because that one's a little bit older, so it's probably not as like potent. So I want to get, I want to try to get the end flatline hot sauce and try that, because, like, I usually really like hot things, but that's like the ultimate test, is to see like if that's going to be like the hottest hot sauce. I'm probably gonna be doing this for like an hour. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not as inept at this as I thought. Or maybe I am. Maybe I pull it? There we go. Let's see. So I guess do the same trick over there. Yeah, because I don't know, like, So I was watching a friend play Resident Evil 4 a few nights ago, and I was exposed to the slide puzzle minigame again. And I remember that this game also has slide puzzles, not as anything like super like required, but I just remember like slide puzzles are like something so trivial, but I'm just so terrible at them. Like I actually like I need somebody to help me with slide puzzles. Because like I'll like think that I'm doing well and then I'll just screw up the entire thing. It's the same thing with Rubik's cubes. Like I'm the kind of spirit that would literally like take the stickers off of Rubik's cubes because I just couldn't figure out the puzzle. So I had to like do it the easy way. And then there's people who can literally like do Rubik's cubes behind their back just like by looking at it once, which is incredible. And it's like, you know, these puzzles aren't like super difficult. Like it's something that I've done hundreds of times before as a child. But at the same time, jeez, I keep screwing it up. But at the same time, like, as an adult, like, I struggle a lot with these. Like, I give my child brain a lot of credit for being able to figure these things out without any walkthrough, because Wind Waker was the first game that I ever looked up a walkthrough for a game to. I remember I was stuck on a quest line that happens later on in the game because they don't really specify things too much on how to do it, so I learned about walkthroughs that year. And then I was just amazed that, wow, people on the internet actually, like, show you how to beat these games and how to do these things? Not knowing that walkthroughs had existed for, like, almost a decade prior. Yeah, since I've been kind of like going on about nostalgia for the stream, like, because that's one of the big things with my stream is like nostalgia is a big thing, but I don't know, like I'm thinking about what I would do for like my birthday stream, because I want to make that whole day like something super special. So maybe I'll like go back and play some of those old Nickelodeon Click-a-Majig games, or like or Flash games or something. This is like a supplementary thing, and just do like maybe a hangout stream, something like that. Like, make it more, like, not so focused on one thing, but multiple different things. That way it's kind of varied a little bit. Excellent, Enope. To perceive such a puzzle and decipher it is no small feat. Now take the sword that lies before you. It is none other than the Master Sword, the Blade of Evil's Bane. It is the only sword that can banish Ganon from the world above. But I'm perfectly fine with my little Gladius-looking sword, though. I will admit, the Toon Master Sword is kind of dorky looking. I mean, I still love it, but I admit it is kind of strange. Color returns to the world. Yeah, something I've always liked about like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess is like they remix and add like essentially like sample or like reference the track from A Link to the Past. Yeah, because that little tune right there, like I think I think the first time that appeared in a Zelda game was A Link to the Past. It might have been in the first Zelda. I don't remember. Because I didn't really play much of the original Zelda or Zelda 2 for that matter. But the first time I ever heard that was in A Link to the Past, and the Hyrule Castle theme from A Link to the Past is like consistently remixed, I think. Which is, A Link to the Past, surprisingly, is actually my favorite Zelda game compared to like all the 3D titles, Breath of the Wild, all the ones that have come out in my lifetime. And the reason because is that it was just huge. There's like 2 different sets of dungeons. You've got the Light World and the Dark World. So like there's just a lot of gameplay there. And unfortunately I didn't get to experience it on the SNES. I got to experience it through the Four Swords, Link to the Past, Dual Cart. But regardless of the way that I did experience it, I experienced it, which is what's important. And A Link to the Past is just such a fantastic Zelda game. Oh, that's not gonna do anything. Here, give me your Knight's Crest. This time, I'm gonna kill you with your own sword. There we go. I did it. Because if I remember, one of the cool little details about this game is that if you disarm an enemy, they will go for the nearest weapon, even if it's a weaker weapon. I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of take out all their armor and just go for them one at a time. Or that might not work. Yep, that's not gonna work, so I'm gonna run. Sad part is the throne room I remember from Amnesia, the small horse. Oh, like from this? Yeah, I remember when I first started playing Garry's Mod. Somebody had ported this level of Wind Waker into Garry's Mod. Well, actually, maybe it was a little bit after I started playing Garry's Mod, because when I first started playing Gmod, it was in 2011. And it was also on a Steam account that I no longer have access to. Thank you for the Knight's Crest. Here, let me pick up the sword and then just chuck it at him. Hey, there we go, I hit him. Didn't kill him, but I hit him. I don't know, there was just when I was younger, there was just a small part of me that hoped that I'd see, areas from Ocarina of Time. Just looking at some of these different locations in Hyrule, hoping that there would be, a Castle Town, or Hyrule Field, especially. Not knowing that these were obviously 2 different games from 2 different time periods. Of course, they weren't going to use the exact same layout. I still gotta get his Knight's Crest off of him. Yeah, there's actually a friend of mine who showed me that they were doing a randomizer of this recently, and they were able to change their model to Nico from One Shot. Apparently there's a lot of, like, models that you can do with that randomizer for Wind Waker. I don't remember all of them, but I just thought it was really cool they were able to change their model to Nico from One Shot. I think there might be, like, okay, there's just maybe this one over here. Because I think what I'll do is maybe I'll go to the Forsaken Fortress, and then after the Forsaken Fortress, that'll be when I switch games. Like, after I do, like, a bit of the Forsaken Fortress. No, you don't. Because I do plan on doing a dual stream tonight where I play like one game and then another game. At some point this week, okay, so I forget my days because of my work schedule. Okay, it's Saturday. So this upcoming week, along with Final Fantasy 15, and of course I'm going to be playing more of this, I do intend to try to play the original Star Fox, because I do have it now, and I'd like to try to play it, because I grew up with Star Fox 64. I never got to play the original Star Fox or Star Fox 2. Well, a lot of us didn't get to play Star Fox 2, but I mean, I just want to try it out and beat it. That way, you know, like it's more of a completion thing, and I really want to see, like, I want to experience it basically. Okay, that's all the Dark Nuts, I think. Oh no, there's like 3 or 4 more of them over there. Jeez. Here, you know what? I'll pick up one of their staffs and just toss it. Alright, how many more enemies do I have to play with? I think this is the last one. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're good now. Okay, since somebody in chat mentioned a speedrun strat, there was I think one of the strats that was used for Wind Waker was, I'll actually go see if I can find it real quick. So I think it's that door that leads out there. It's either that door or the other door. I mean, there's, what, 2 doors, so it's not like I have many to choose from. No, it's the other one. So, essentially there was a speedrun strategy in order to glitch your way through a barrier. So I'll show you in just a second, chat, because the only thing that's preventing you from progressing at this point to get to the final dungeon, essentially, because it already exists in the game, naturally, but the only thing that's preventing my progression is that there's this gigantic barrier that blocks me from going all the way this way. There's nothing I can do to get past it. It's basically invulnerable. But there were ways that people figured out how to get past this barrier, and that was how Wind Waker got new world records, is when people figured out how to surpass this barrier and get to the final dungeon, which is actually just right over there. I don't know how to do it, and I'm not going to try to do it because I do want to actually experience the game completely. And speedrunning is not necessarily my thing. I mean, I've done it before. Like, I have actually gotten some pretty good times on certain games. Like, when Resident Evil 3 Remake first came out, I actually had a record for that for a little while, I think. But it wasn't like anything spectacular. Like, I didn't turn it in or anything, but it was like 55 seconds, or not 55 seconds would be pretty incredible, right? No, 55 minutes on Inferno difficulty, beating the entire story. But that record was quickly broken, like, within a few hours. But, I mean, I'm not claiming that I had, like, a legitimate record or anything, because I never actually verified it, but I did make a video of it. And that was really my only experience in speedrunning, was doing that. It just doesn't really interest me that much. I prefer to kind of experience the game as it is, not how I can break it and do tiny little pieces and exploit it. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll get to the Forsaken Fortress, fight the boss there, save, and then I will switch games. Because I think that's what the King of Red Lions wants me to do. Why do you delay? We must head for the Forsaken Fortress to save your sister. Okay. So, Forsaken Fortress, right there, so that's northwest. Honestly, though, I'm having a blast playing this again. Like, it's been so many years since I've actually touched this game legitimately, and playing it again and re-experiencing it with all of you in chat, and just like, it's great. Like, I'm really having a good time with this because, like, I've played a lot of GameCube titles so far, like Star Fox Assault, Skies of Arcadia, and then this. But just playing through this again is just awesome. Because, like, it's been so long since I played these that my memory of it is very bad, so I'm getting to re-experience it almost in a new way. Almost similar to how when I played Cursed Halo and everything was changed so much that I didn't actually know what was going on at that point. Which, by the way, if you're still in chat there, Blaze, Cursed Halo, we need to finish that Mario Kart circuit. Oh, Cyclos! I can actually fight him now. And face my fear of tornadoes. Foolish creature who does not fear the gods. To the end of the sea with you. Let the winds of Cyclos' wrath blow you away. Lead my shots. Yes, the wrath of the gods, chat. What about Halo Kart? Yeah, we should play it. Yeah, we should finish it up. Yeah, so if the audio levels are too loud, let me know, because I can switch that up a bit. I just, like, I have to really, like, tinker with it a little bit to kind of get that sweet spot. soon, TM. Yeah, speaking of things that I remember from this game, like, I remember that one by heart. The Ballad of Gales. I think I remember that one by heart just because I've used it so many times. So the wind should be still in the same direction, so... Also, now that I remember to do it, save. So I've kind of been thinking it over as far as like what I'm gonna try to accomplish on this playthrough, because Skies of Arcadia was different because I wanted to do everything that I possibly could. But with Wind Waker, the only like major like 100% completion thing that I could really do with this is the Nintendo Gallery. And if there's a particular interest, then I'll try to get as many of those as I can, but really the Nintendo Gallery, like, it's essentially taking pictures of various enemies and bosses and what have you, and taking those photos to get developed in order for them to create a claim or like a model of them in the gallery. And it gives you some information about the boss, and maybe even tells you like weak points and specific little facts about them. But at the same time, there's really no like incentive for me to do it necessarily. But I mean, if there's a particular interest, then I will do it. I just probably might just play through the game as is and try to like get all the islands charted and so on. Now, hey, look, the ghost ship. Yeah, that's something that we'll be looking at later, in another playthrough, in another stream. But that ghost ship there is the reason I know internet walkthroughs are a thing now. Thanks, Ghost Ship, for introducing me to the wonderful world of internet walkthroughs. You did good, son. You did good. I don't know, maybe there's like a modification I can get that gives me the fast sail from the HD edition. Because like, basically what I'm doing is like I'm getting that extra speed boost from whenever I open and close the sail. Because when you first equip the sail, it gives you like a little bit of a boost. And then it sets you on your way. But essentially what I'm doing is like I'm just putting it away and re-equipping it because it gives me that boost consistently, and I go a lot faster. Because it pushes me quite significantly forward if I weren't doing that. But it still takes a while to actually get to where I need to go. Maybe we should get a speedboat or something, like... Or a jet ski, like in, what was that film, Waterworld? Okay, almost there. And the door is right there. Alright, we're gonna have to hit a dead stop there, King Redlands. Ganon has likely been made aware of our little incursion already, but you have the Master Sword. That sword shall shine in the darkness, casting back evil. With it in your hands. Hi, Dak and brother of Dak. Hello. Within your hands, none can keep you from rescuing your sister. Do not be afraid. And immediately I fall right into the water because that's just how heroic I am. I actually had a friend suggest that I could get like a Link outfit for my model. I mean, like Linkle or like female Link. I don't know. Like, I think it will look cool. It's just maybe something down the line. Well, I just want to have the sail unequipped so I don't accidentally pull it out. Probably one of my favorite boss themes. Oh, what am I doing? I can pull... Well... Here, let me do this first. I've never tried this before, so here we go. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna kill him with the damn empty bottle. And that's my, like, maybe my one swear per stream. Alright, Phantom Ganon, let's do this. So I say I'm bad at video games, and then I take out Phantom Ganon first try with the empty bottle. I'm laughing just like him, because I'm just as surprised. Because in Twilight Princess, you can distract Ganon with the fishing rod, but like, I have never actually fought Phantom Ganon with the empty bottle before. I just think that's awesome that you can do that. Like, hey, even Ganon's minions think I should be in the spotlight. So let me get the Skull Hammer real quick. You got the Skull Hammer. Set it to and use it with Y, Z, or X. This mighty hammer can break things and pound obstacles into the ground. Some enemies even get stunned by the shockwaves it causes when you pound the ground with it. I love how you can also do the jump attack with it too, so I can just flatten these guys. Okay. Upsy daisy. I just said that I was good at video games, and now you witness my moment of failure. Okay, so now that I've got that taken care of, that is going to be the point where I end Wind Waker. So tonight, I asked my younger sibling in the chat if they wanted to join me for a stream, and we are going to be playing a little bit of Resident Evil 5 if we can get it to work. So stick around if you're into that. If you're not really into the whole, like, shooting zombie mutant things and horror game, Resident Evil 5 is not really scary. But if you're not into that sort of thing, that's completely fine. Monday, I'll be playing Final Fantasy 15, if that's more your style, with the more fantasy JRPG. And then Wind Waker will be continued sometime during the week as well. But I will be making a switch to Resident Evil 5, I just need to get into contact with my brother real quick, so it'll be just a couple minutes, so stay tuned, chat, and then I will be joining you with my little brother, Tech Jerry. So, give us just a few minutes.